Spectrum, Utah State and Wyoming, we're all square at 31 apiece. Let's pause 10 seconds for local stations to identify themselves. This is Aggie Hoops from Learfield. Utah State and Wyoming, we're all square. And Coach, keys here to the second half. What does Utah State need to do to try to get a W here?
Man, we talked about guarding the post being a big key. I think that is the only key. I think we got to guard that post. And, you know, Scotty, we got to take advantage of missed opportunities. I like that we were aggressive, but I want to see us being aggressive off missed shots and turnovers by the Cowboys.
Well, it's one of those situations, too, where you're looking at Utah State trying to find a way to get a W here that they need in the worst way. And, boy, it's just one of those situations where, you know, you got to get things clicking here in the second half.
Well, I thought we withstood the first initial barrage of made baskets. And you know, unfortunately, we missed a few baskets in there to start the game. But we withstood that. We brought it back to a tie game at the half. And it's a new ball game. And Aggies are always better in the second half.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Utah State and Wyoming alternating possessions. We'll give Wyoming the ball as they'll inbound to Maldonado. Aggies with the press as Oden receiving the pass back from Maldonado. Maldonado now at midcourt, just past the midcourt stripe.
Zone defense by the Aggies.
Back to that zone. It's worked well against New Mexico and in stages against Colorado State. Long three from the left wing is up and good. And that's Jeffries who buries the three from the left side and gives Wyoming back the three-point lead.
Well, sometimes they just shoot over the top of it.
Yep.
It's a quick way to get a team out of a zone is when you just dump it in.
Horvath to Ryland Jones, knocked out of Horvath's hand, so Ryland Jones has to collect. Horvath comes around a screen to Ryland Jones, backs to Horvath to Bean. Bean on the baseline.
Mismatch in the post.
Got to get it to him.
Nope.
Instead, cross-court pass intended for Bairstow. EK comes and rips it out of the air, and it's a turnover on Utah State.
Missed opportunity there by the Aggies. Definitely had a mismatch in the post area from our point post player.
Working on the left wing. Jeffries runs into another three, misses it, and Horvath pulls it down. Jeffries averaging 48% from outside the three-point line. Ryland Jones back to Bairstow. Bairstow trying to drive into lane, spins, has a good spot against Maldonado and lays it up and in right over the top of him.
May be our best back-to-the-basket post player, to be honest with you. I think his skill in the post, he may have been a post player as a youth where Horvath was a point guard.
Yeah. 34-33, Wyoming with a 1-point lead. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with with Wyoming. Aggies with their starting lineup. Remember, in case you're just joining us, R.J. Eidelrock out with COVID. Stephen Ashworth getting the start. Ducell receives the inbound. Ashworth's on him. They hand to Jeffries over to EK. EK then is going to go to work against Horvath. No double team as of yet. Puts his shoulder into him. Again, pushes his way into lane. Left-hand push shot up and good. I mean, it's just a size issue at this point.
Yeah, you either have to put one of our big true post players in the game, or we need to double that.
Stephen Ashworth gets a screen. Hands to Horvath. Horvath works it right to Bairstow. Bairstow steps back behind the three-point line. Aggies down 36-33. Bairstow in trouble, hands to Ashworth, backs to Bairstow. Thought about the baseline three. Instead, we'll drive into the paint, then drive out.
Take him off.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3. He's up against EK. Drives and draws the foul. Good job by Bairstow, taking 3 steps. EK came out to meet him and said, hey, I'm going to dribble right around you.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing we're not doing, Scotty, is taking advantage. If EK has an advantage being bigger than us in the post, let's take him off the bounce, pull up jumpers. I know we want to, you know, he guards different players, but we may want to, you know, extend out to the three-point line a little bit and get him away from the basket.
So Bairstow attempting the free throw makes it. He'll have one more coming up. Maldonado was the one that got hit with the foul. He's got 2. EK's got 2, plus with that technical as well. Bairstow's second free throw is good. Aggies now 5 of 9 from the free throw line, and Trevin Dorius is going to check in. Aggies with the full court press. Aggies down 1, 36-35.
I'd have liked to see sub get there a little quicker so we could have put a sub in. But
Maldonado gets past, hands to EK. EK thought about the three for a second, then probably wisely passed out of it. Ike has only attempted 3 threes on the season, but he does get the post shot down low and is immediately fouled. Bean's going to collect that one.
Yeah, see.
Is that going to be on the shot?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Cowboys noticed that mismatch right away and threw that in from the top of the key, right? You got to identify that mismatch. And I like Bean guarding him when it's a true post that he can work to get around him. So this will be an adventure.
And Ike now shooting into the student section. To mention, a 66% free throw shooter. Left-hand shot missed. Trevin Dorius is going to check in for Horvath.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is Dorius's game to play. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Horvath can find sub in for others, but I think we need Dorius to guard Ike.
Second free throw by Ike is good. Used every part of the rim, but it finally dropped for him. So here we go. Rylan Jones with the Aggies down by 2, 37-35, crosses the timeline. Rylan trying to drive, gets around to Ike, baseline, rises over the top of him and knocks it down from 7 feet out. Big shot by Rylan Jones. We're all square at 37 apiece.
Yeah, much more aggressive Rylan Jones tonight. I know I like that.
Yep, Drake Jeffries being guarded by Ashworth. Jeffries works it up to Ducell. Down low to Ike. Ike against Dorius. Spins around him. Dorius puts a hand in his face, gets the foul, gets the bucket, and end one opportunity. That might be where that technical shot finally came into play for him.
Well, I'll pull my mask over my eyes as they're rolling in my head right now, but I believe, I do think it's a foul. I think he is hit, you know.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, he's straight up, Scotty.
No.
Straight up.
Now, the one that he wanted the foul on and didn't get, I thought that was a foul.
Yeah, me
this
too.
one, not quite as sure on that one. Second foul on Dorius. Ike makes the free throw. Ike now on the night tonight with 18 points, 7 of 13 from the field, and they're going to feed him the ball all night long. And
that may have been one of those that the referee's sitting in the locker room going, I'm going to get the first one and then get it out of the way. And so let's see if it evens back out now.
40-37, Wyoming back up by 3. Ashworth drive, then kick back to Rylan Jones. Jones working the right side of the court. Then comes back, takes the 3, and no good. Can't get it to go. What a rebound by Bean. Lays it up, misses it, no foul, and the rebound finally ripped down by number 25, Jeremiah Oden. Crossing the timeline, Oden works it left to Jeffries. Jeffries has got 2 threes on the night, 2 of 4 from beyond the three-point line, about his average. Hands back to down low to Ike. Ike kicks it back up top. Jeffries now with the ball outside the three-point line, steps back, takes the 3, and knocks it down. And just like that, Wyoming up by 6 on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, Jeffries 2 for 3 in this half, really feeling it. That was a little step-back move.
Rylan Jones, he'll step into a 3. Looks good, it is good. Right wing 3. Rylan Jones buries the 3. Wanted to get that one. Jeffries crossed him over. And Rylan's like, I'm going to get one on the other end.
Took it personally, didn't he?
Oden works it right to Dang Dutt back into the game. Now to Ike. Ike double teamed. They hand over to Dutt. Dutt takes the 3. It's too long, and Justin Bean pulls it down. Aggies are going to bring the double team now every time Ike has it if Dorius is not in the game. Up top to Horvath, right to Ashworth. Ashworth gets to the free throw line, steps back, hands to Horvath. Horvath for 3, no good. And it'll go over the top of the standard, and it'll go to Wyoming. Horvath now 0 of 5 from the three-point line, 0 of 7 overall from the field, as Utah State and Wyoming with the Cowboys leading by 3, 43-40. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Basketball, back and forth we go. Wyoming leading Utah State 43-40, and Coach, I think it's just what we're going to be dealing with for this game. It's going to be a back and forth all night long. And Wyoming and Ike are just really, really good at this point, and the Aggies are in for a battle.
Yeah, I think every game we play may be this way, which is bodes well for us, obviously, if we get a postseason opportunity. You know, it always gives you a shot. But, yeah, this game is, definitely Ike is as good as they come in the post, and you know, the Aggies are having to create some different ideas. I think they're doubling off personnel not on particularly every time, but when certain players are in certain positions. So it'll be a little coaching battle, but this will go to the end, that's for sure.
Join the Aggie Network, an online hub for alumni, faculty, staff, and students seeking a greater connection to expand their professional network, explore career opportunities, and give back to fellow Aggies through mentoring. Visit aggienetwork.usu.edu to sign up today.
Please.
All right, here comes Maldonado with the Aggies bringing the press. Inbound to EK. Trying to get it back to Maldonado, finally does. Bairstow trying to harass him. Now double teamed, outlets it to EK. EK gets past the midcourt stripe. Horvath comes out to meet him. EK will turn his back to him and start to work him back into the post. Bairstow brings the double team, and the ball intended for Maldonado goes off his hands, and it'll be an over and back. Goes back to Utah State off a turnover.
Yeah, that's great. You know, he's not, it's the first time we've had really a true double team, and to see how he does passing out of it, and that was not great.
Yeah. So Utah State forces the turnover, down 3. Here comes Rylan Jones coming around the screen, hands back up top to Horvath. Horvath down low to Bean, who is immediately fouled by Oden. Utah State now 5 of 19 from beyond the three-point line. Horvath 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. Justin Bean to Bairstow. Turnaround jumper in the paint. Yes, sir. Assist Justin Bean. Bucket Sean Bairstow. Aggies down 1, 43-42. Let's see if the Aggies have a run in them here. Crossing the timelines. Maldonado picked up by Bairstow, who's been trying to harass him all night tonight. Finally gets it to EK.
Can't leave him.
EK about 12 feet out. EK, and they're going to call Horvath with the reach in. That's going to be, I believe, 3 on Horvath. Yes, it is.
Sometimes it feels like it's the same referee calling the fouls every time. I think it's just in my mind, but it feels that way sometimes.
Horvath's going to stay. Oh, no, here comes Dorius. Dorius is going to check into the game.
Does he have 3 fouls? What does Dorius' foul count now?
Dorius
Scotty?
is at 2.
2, yeah, we got plenty to give.
Yeah.
And we still got, you know, big fella.
Yeah. Shimon Zapala, who got some time. Yeah. Nice inbound pass to Jeffries, baseline 3 and open. They worked a good spot for him to get open, and he buried the baseline 3.
Scotty, he's on fire. We got to make an adjustment.
Ashworth driving. Bairstow, he'll try to get it back with a 3. He cannot. Dorius fights for the rebound, and he collects it over EK. Great job. Bad pass, though. And Ashworth's able to collect. Finally get it to Bairstow. Bairstow driving in the lane on the mismatch, but shot glass, got it, and he's fouled. Bairstow working in the post, had a mismatch, made him pay. Bucket and the foul.
He is our best offensive post player right now. His no defense. Don't go in now. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Horvath was about to check in. They're like, no, when we have the ball, that's when you check in.
Yeah, we got a system right now, son.
Yeah. So Bairstow is going to shoot the free throw for the end one opportunity. He knocks it down, so the Aggies do get those 3 points back. 46-45, Wyoming leading by 1 at the 14-minute mark.
Got him, Scotty, right where we want him.
Bairstow, again, hounding Maldonado as he brings the ball down the court. Finally crosses the timeline. Maldonado gets a screen from EK, then EK flashes the basket. They try to throw the alley-oop, and there is Dorius to deflect it away, but it goes right into the hand of Maldonado, who lays it up and in.
50-50 ball.
Quick 3, Rylan Jones, yes, from the outside, 4 feet behind the line. Rylan's filling it tonight. Aggies, Cowboys tied up at 48 apiece. 13:25 left in the game. Maldonado against Bairstow, trying to post up. He puts the shot up, gets off the glass, won't go, out of bounds. Should be Utah State's ball, it is. I don't know why Maldonado felt like he had to play hero ball there. Horvath and Scholge into the game.
Embarrassed he got post up on the other end, so he thought he was going to take his action to the post.
Go get his.
Scotty, Rylan Jones, first half and second half, game-tying threes.
Yes.
Big time.
Rylan Jones, 14 points, 4 of 7 from beyond the three-point line. His best shooting night of the season. Horvath looking for Rylan. Rylan gets a screen from Horvath. Rylan gets into the lane against Ducell. Spins, has to get it back to Ashworth. Back to Scholge, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Scholge crossover dribble, he gets into the lane. His shot off the glass, yes! And the Aggies lead by 2, 50-48. Max Scholge's been a man tonight. And the Aggies lead for the first time here in the second half. Quickly down the court, Maldonado up against Scholge. Looking for Ducell, crowd's into it now. Ducell looking for EK. Instead, hands to Jeffries, who's been hot behind the three-point line, but Ashworth's on him, forcing him to give it up. Now to EK against Bairstow. Aggies bring the double team, and a foul is going to go against who? Wow.
Take it easy. Look at this coach. Look at this referee. Wow.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I don't think referees should take on coaches face-to-face either. That's a joke right there.
That is a real big joke.
Yeah, we don't need to run and take coaches on face-to-face.
We have not been around Ryan Odom a lot. That's as hot as we've ever seen Ryan Odom.
I've been around Winston Stiff a while, and that's expected. But
and
come
Stiff
on.
is still staring down Odom.
Yeah, he's giving him the.
Are you kidding me?
He's wearing his Schmedium shirt today. So
this isn't a well, never mind.
Yeah, let's stop now.
Yeah. Jeffries' free throw's good.
We're definitely going the wrong direction, Scotty. But listen, that's an offensive foul. Bottom line, I thought that was a turn with a big elbow.
Yeah.
That's why Coach Odom's so angry, because they're giving pro status to EK already.
Both free throws are good by Jeffries. And now EK is going to go to the line for a couple free throws.
Put your hand down, sir. Woo. Yeah. It's interesting.
Let's just say this. We're privy to a lot of information here and things that we see, and I'm probably going to keep, sorry for all you folks on radio, I'm going to probably keep about 80% of what we just saw to ourselves. That was not good.
There'll be some replays, but.
Yeah, that one's going to end up at the conference office. Let's just say that.
Mr. Deibler.
Yeah, where's Chris Hill? Bobby!
Oh.
So EK's got himself 2 free throws. Left-hand free throw is no good. Still tied up at 50 apiece.
All right, back to the post play. Maybe we're not selling it enough, but that sure looked like a turn and a big elbow to the chest.
EK, second free throw is good. So Wyoming gets 3 points on that trip down the court and lead by 1, 51-50.
All right, let's get the crowd back. We got to get our energy back.
This one, the crowd's got to match that energy.
Yeah, we can't get our dauber down.
Doria sets a screen from Ryland Jones. Then Ryland takes 3 steps behind the line, gives it to Ashworth. Ashworth for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Finally controlled by Ducell. Scholga and others diving for it. Couldn't collect. Maldonado up against Ryland Jones. That's been a fun battle between those two. Cross-court pass out of bounds. What?
Oh,
what went off the standard?
Hit the referee.
It hit the ref.
Hit
it
the
stayed
referee.
in play. Oh, my gosh.
Hit the referee.
Ducell with the ball 3 feet behind the line. Finally gets it down low to Odom. Odom turnaround jumper's good. Wow. 53-50, Wyoming leading by 3. This might be, we got a dead ball on the next timeout, which is much, much needed. Scholga looking for Bean. Bean posting up against Odom. Collects, takes the jumper from the baseline and misses it. Maldonado comes away with it. This is a critical time here. Aggies are out of sorts.
Yeah,
and you got to calm down and get yourself back into the flow of this game. Aggies upset, certainly, but Wyoming's.
Maybe a timeout if they get a basket.
EK now up against Dorius. There's your offensive foul, finally. All right, that's your technical foul that finally went your way. Odom, now you got EK losing his mind. He's got to be careful. He's already got a technical.
Yeah, he would be out.
But there's no way they'll tee him up again. Timeout on the court. Everybody's trying to work through some emotions. This is about as nasty of an environment as I've ever seen here in the Spectrum. 53-50, Wyoming leads by 3. 11-12 left here in the second half. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield. By that time, I think maybe cooler heads will prevail. I don't even know if Monday will be enough time for Coach to calm down after that.
You know, it does take a village. Sometimes it takes an entire coaching staff too.
Oh man!
Because I'm shocked he stayed in the game at that point, Scotty. But you know, and then I think he has some rights. I think everybody was a little right on that one. But bottom line is we're back to basketball, and the Aggies really need to control their emotions now.
Correct.
I thought they got the best of them there for a couple minutes, but timeout should help with that.
All right, 11-11 left here in the second half with Utah State trailing by 3. Max Scholga, who's had some really good moments, posting up Maldonado. Going low, putting his shoulder into him, lost the handle, kicks it back out to Ashworth. Ashworth, crossover dribble, back to Shulga, and a travel. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Here's the thing, Aggie fans, these officials felt like they got showed up a little bit. So you're not going to get the benefit of a lot of calls the rest of the game. You just plan on that. This is not going to go your way right now.
You got to earn it back, don't you?
Yep, you got to, yeah. Maldonado back to Jeffries. Jeffries
hot. Oh, in the
steps
face.
back, takes the long three, and airballs it. He's upset because he thought he got a hand to the face, and he might actually have a case there.
Yeah, I thought he got smacked, but we're only, it's a game, Scotty, and we're all human.
Shulga inbounds to Bairstow. Bairstow crosses the timeline. Bairstow being met at midcourt by Thompson. Attacks off the glass, no good. Rebound, Bairstow fights for it. It's still on the court. Ashworth tries to keep it in play. And finally, Wyoming comes away with it. Odin out of the scrum, and the Aggies tie him up. That'll be Utah State's ball. Bean and Ryland Jones both tie him up with 10:25 left in the game, and Utah State gets the ball back on alternating possession.
20-second shot clock, and here we go. That's a great hustle play. Maybe that'll get us some spark.
And finally.
Yeah, well, we got to quit talking to each other.
Yep.
Warning there.
This has turned into a nasty situation between these two teams. I don't know, the rematch in Laramie is going to be interesting. Ashworth driving, Ashworth cut off. Finally gets it to Ryland Jones. Ryland pump fake into the lane. Ryland hands over to Bairstow. Bairstow double, triple team, needs to get rid of it. And they're going to say foul down low against Bairstow. And for Wyoming, that'll be their 15th foul. Utah State already with 5 team fouls. 10:08 left, put 20 back on the shot clock. Jones will trigger the inbound. Jones looked for Bean for a moment, can't. Now he's got to go all the way out top to the front court. Or the backcourt to Bairstow. Aggies have been a little sticky offensively here.
Through the whole game, actually, but here's our post move maybe. Oh,
Bairstow, step back jumper, missed. And again, no pass offensive possession on that. 53-50, Wyoming leading by 3 with the ball. Maldonado crossing the timeline. Shulga's on his back pocket. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Hunter Thompson sets a screen. Then the Aggie switch. Bean on Maldonado, steals it away from him. Justin Bean crossing the timeline, swings it over to Ryland Jones. Ryland works to the right side. Maldonado comes to put a hand in his face. Ryland drives, kicks it left. Bairstow wide open for 3, no good. And again, the three-point shooting woes just not Utah State's night. They're now 6 of 23 from beyond the three-point line. Maldonado with Bean on him. And he's trying to work against Bean. And again, has the ball knocked out of his hands, able to keep it. Puts the shot up, no good, draws the foul. And Bean's going to get hit with the foul. We're going to have a tight game called the rest of the way. 53-50. It's going to send Maldonado to the line. That's the 16th foul. And for Justin Bean, that'll be, I believe, his 2nd foul.
That's interesting that they've kind of tried to post him up all night long. And I don't see a mismatch there, but turned out in their favor that time.
Yeah.
Turnover the last possession, they tried the same play.
First free throw good by Maldonado.
Could be trying to get Bean in some foul trouble possibly.
Wyoming's now 12 of 16 from the free throw line. That's 75%. There's a weird number for Utah State that they are actually like 340th in the country in opposing team free throw shooting. Like teams, for some reason, shoot free throws crazy good against Utah State.
Yeah, they are not a good free throw shooting team coming into this.
And now they're 14 of 18. All right, 55-50, timeout on the court. We'll take it. Utah State trailing by 5. 1 minute timeout. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Utah State 55-50 with 9:05 left in the ball game. Did you know 74% of Utahns get prescriptions from a friend or family member? That's why we all have a role to play in prescription safety, both as parents and as patients. Know your script. Keep medications safely stored and out of reach, and properly dispose of unused medications. Learn more. Visit knowyourscript.org. All right, Now the script here is we're going to have ourselves a battle down the stretch. Utah State's gotten a little funky offensively and needs to get themselves back. Aggies have missed their last 5 field goals and have not scored in the last 3:55.
Kind of get that vibe that we're a little too intense, and when the ball, when your 3-point shot doesn't fall, you know, that kind of lets some air out of that balloon.
Rylan Jones gets a screen from Bean, hands to Ashworth. Ashworth has yet to make a shot tonight. Hands over to Bairstow. Bairstow drives baseline, caught up. Maldonado comes to contest the shot, but it was Scholga, not Bairstow, is still able to muscle it up and in.
Our guards are killing them in the post tonight.
Yeah. It's a good sign for future things going on here. Maldonado, Aggie switch, Horvath's on him. Tries to cross him over, drive base. And the ball knocked out of his hands, but still able to recollect. Swings it all the way over to Oden for 3, no good. And the tip controlled by Bean. And here comes Bean quickly down the court. Aggies do not have numbers. Bean settles behind the 3-point line, but he does give it to Horvath. His right hand push shot up and in over to Oden. Aggies on a 4-0 run. Wyoming leads by 1, 55-54.
Yeah, Aggies switching defenses. They were in zone the last possession, now back to man-to-man.
And an offensive foul against Hunter Thompson. Created contact, hit Scholga. Ball goes back to Utah State, and the Aggies have a chance to take a lead with 8:04 left here in the game. That is the 16th foul for both teams. Ashworth crossing the timeline. Gets it back from Horvath. Horvath now on the left side. Back to Ashworth. Ashworth near the U State logo at midcourt with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Takes the jumper in the paint. Tries to get the kiss off the glass. Wouldn't go for him. Bad shot. And here comes Wyoming with the Cowboys leading by 1, 55-54. Maldonado up top to Hunter Thompson. Back to Maldonado on the left wing. Maldonado up against Scholga. Attacks the rim, lays it up and in. Great move by Hunter Maldonado. Attacking the paint and gets the layup and the points.
Yeah, a little different look out there without EK, but they seem to have balanced their ship a little bit.
Here comes Jones. Pump fake the 3. Horvath now has it. Horvath attacking right-hand shot, missed. Bean with the layup. Bean has his shot blocked away. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Scholga to Rylan Jones. Steps back, takes the 3. Nope, a little long. And Thompson pulls down the rebound. Oh, man, missed opportunity. Wyoming leads by 3 with the ball, 57-54. Maldonado against Scholga. Oh, my gosh, what a foul. And they're going to get Scholga with the body, and that's going to put Maldonado on the line at a 1-and-1, and we're going to be shooting free throws a lot. These next 7 minutes, folks, are going to probably feel like an hour if those are the kind of calls we're going to make. 6:49 left in the game. Timeout on the court. We'll take it. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Go. Utah State trailing Wyoming 57-54. Next Aggie Coaches Show featuring Ryan Odom will be at Old Chicago, located down the street from Maverick Stadium on Monday the 24th at 6 o'clock. Again, not this week, coming up. Hey, for those of you out there that are on our online stream, we apologize. We have to have a certain kind of setup to get Coach and I on the radio and on the online stream on the Mountain Network. We did not have that set up for J.C. Carroll at halftime. So for those on the online stream, apparently you didn't hear the J.C. Carroll interview, or you just heard us yammering and you didn't hear J.C. I just posted a link on Twitter if you want to listen to it. Eric back in studio did a good job of posting that. It's on my Twitter at Scotty G Zone. So if you want to listen to that J.C. Carroll with actually J.C. talking in it, it is available online right now.
Highly recommended. I thought he very, JC's JC.
Maldonado with a 1-and-1 and makes the first. And he'll have one more free throw. Maldonado, again, as we mentioned, this is kind of par for the course. Teams shoot free throws well against Utah State. Maldonado is now 5 of 6. Remember, he's a 65% free throw shooter. Second free throw is good as well. All right, so back to a 5-point lead for the Cowboys with 6:48 left to go in the game. It's cutting time here.
Yeah, they just don't go away. It's a ball game.
Aggies have only led by 2 briefly here in the second half. Rylan Jones to Ashworth, down to Bean. Bean faces up baseline. Spins into the lane. Tries to go up and under. Ducell knocked the ball out of his hands on the way up with 10 seconds left. It'll stay with Utah State.
Yeah, you know, might be time for a pass out from the post, an easy three, you know, ball side, and maybe we can get a little one of those park shots.
Bounce pass to Bean, back to Jones. Here's the baseline three, and no good. Rebound brought down by Maldonado. Aggies now 6 of 25 from three. And my goodness, since Mountain West Conference play, three-point shooting has been abysmal for Utah State. Maldonado hands to Wenzel, who's into the game. Down to Ike. Offensive foul, yes. Wenzel gets hit with another offensive foul. Or Ike, excuse me, and that'll be 4 fouls on Ike. They've kept him off the court for a bit, and that's the 17th foul. And Ike, this is interesting. Ike is going to sit out. This is about the same time that Roddy got his 4th foul against Utah State, and Nico Medved just left him in, and he never picked up his 5th.
He wasn't well, he did, it just wasn't called.
Rylan Jones driving in the lane. Cut off, though, by Ducell. Has to get rid of it. Over to Shulga. Shulga wants to drive against Maldonado. He'll get hit with the offensive foul. Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
I mean, this game's scripted now. I mean, it's fall down, get the charge. And
yeah.
Whatever we call on this end, we'll call on
that's
that
the thing. I mean, it was an easy call on that end, just knowing how officials. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's even right now, and so Utah State's got to realize this. You know that those were 2 even calls.
Some will call that consistent, but it doesn't matter if you're consistent. You know, Stu Morrill used to say it doesn't matter if you're bad or good, just be consistent.
And that's what's going on here. You know what calls you're going to get and what you're not going to get at this point. Wenzel gets the inbound, hands over to Maldonado. Bairstow's tried to harass him quite a bit tonight. Wyoming leading by 5, and we're hitting the 5:45 mark. As some antsy Aggie fans here in the Spectrum.
They're playing pretty good without Ike for the last 6 minutes, so.
Maldonado tries to drive base. That's a great point. Maldonado, again, takes the floater up and good over the top of Bairstow.
Opens up the post a little bit for some other players.
So now Wyoming with their largest lead here in the second half of 7, 61-54. Aggies got to get going offensively. Hands to Horvath. Horvath ball knocked out of his hands. You know, we can talk all we want about Utah State defensively needing to get stops, and that's absolutely true. But offense is really what's let Utah State down.
No doubt about it. I mean, if we're not making them from the outside, we better get the ball inside somehow.
Bairstow wants to drive against Maldonado. Be careful. He had that elbow out a bit. And finally, they're going to get hit Maldonado with a foul on the body on Bairstow. Wyoming on a 6-0 run. Bairstow's going to have a 1-and-1, down by 7, 61-54.
Yeah, this is going to come down. You called it in the pregame, and free throws are going to be a vital part of this game, and Wyoming's been making them.
And Bairstow hits free throw number 1. He'll have one more. 61-55, 6-point game. Aggies are only 2 out of their last 12 from the field. Second free throw, good. Utah State 2 of 9 from the three-point line here in the second half. Wenzel crosses the timeline, hands to Hunter Thompson. Up top to Maldonado near the midcourt logo. 5:05 left in the game, and the Aggies down 5, needing stop. Maldonado, who's been coming on strong as of late, up against Bean, trying to drive into the post again. Finally cut off by Bean. Wenzel back to Maldonado. Maldonado's going to face off against Bean. Steps back, driving into the lane, puts the shot up and good. Maldonado's going right at the Aggie defense, and he's getting points.
But that's his, Coach Linder said, here, it's your game, go ahead, and he's just taking it over.
Maldonado with 19. Horvath driving. Horvath dishing to Bairstow. Back to Bean. Bean, right-hand shot, missed. Not fouled, gets the rebound, fouled again. This time he misses the shot, and he will go to the line for a couple free throws. Hunter Thompson picks up the foul. It will send Bean to the line. Wyoming's made their last 3 field goals. All of those have come from Hunter Maldonado, as we mentioned, who's got 19 points on the night tonight and 8 rebounds.
They're getting him in a pick and roll or a handoff situation on the left side and saying, do your work. And it wouldn't be, the Aggies have got to run another guy to him. I mean, we can't, obviously can't guard him one-on-one. We've got to run, we can't let him continue to score every time down the floor.
Bean makes both free throws and cuts it to a 5-point game. 63-58. Aggies bring some pressure. Maldonado finally collects.
Someone else has got to beat me on this possession.
Yep. Maldonado crosses the timeline. They're going to set him up on the left side of the court
Same
again.
play.
Here we go. Same setup. Jones, though, finally comes in double teams, forces the ball out of his hands. They do, though, on the cut to Maldonado, who lays it up and in. Maldonado on the backdoor cut. Got it against Bairstow and lays it up. It's back to a 7-point game.
Got ball watching. He thought his job was over, but they're feeding that beast. We have got to stay with him.
Maldonado at 21. Justin Bean to Ashworth on the left baseline. Up against Hunter Thompson. He likes that matchup, wants to drive on him. Spins into the lane, bounce pass down low to Bairstow. Bairstow, turnaround jumper, leaves it short to Horvath, who lays it up and in. Horvath, right place, right time. Back to a 5-point game, 65-60. But folks, there's only 3:40 left. Aggies got to get a stop. Maldonado's been killing them. He's made the last 4 field goals. And Maldonado works to the left side. Maldonado finally up top to Hunter Thompson. Thompson on the left wing to Ducell. Ducell with 10, Ducell with 8. Ducell driving, has the lane. Reverse layup, up, missed. Horvath comes away with it. Woo! Ducell had a lane, couldn't finish the reverse layup. Ashworth pump fakes the 3. Somebody's got to come and help. Finally, Ryland Jones collect. Floater in the lane, up and good. Smart move by Ashworth, saying, I can't collect this thing. And Wyoming wants a timeout.
What do you think of your
Aggies down 3, 65-62. 2:57 left in the game. 1-minute timeout. We'll take it. This is Aggie basketball from Learfield. Wyoming leads by 3 with 2:57 left in the game. Tax reform laws impact almost all taxes each year. Taxes can be confusing. H&R Block has more than 60 years of experience dealing with those taxes. Information is available at hnrblock.com. H&R Block in Logan, owned and operated by proud Aggie alumni. Well, this game feels like it's taken a year or two off everybody's life here in the Spectrum in Logan. It has been nasty. It's been hard fought. You have seen some special performances. First off by Graham Ike, and then Hunter Maldonado has taken over. He's at 21 points. He's made, Wyoming's made 4 out of the last 5 field goals. Those 4 have all been made by Hunter Maldonado. And now the question is, can Utah State get the ball out of his hands? And then can you make sure you get stops by everybody else? I'll be curious to know what they do with Ike here, if they bring him in or not.
Well, I mean, they've been playing the last 10 minutes better without him, only because, well, he was really good when he was in there.
Yeah.
But they've also been playing well without him. I think it frees up the post a little bit and let Maldonado get some space. But yeah, he'll come back right now.
Discount Tires, your official sponsor of the Utah State promotional team. Big thanks to Discount Tire for their continued support of Utah State athletics. All right, big stop, big play here, big possession here. Aggies down 3. Wyoming with the ball. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound to Ducell. Hands over to Jeffries. Jeffries outside the 3-point line. Post to Ike. Hand to Maldonado. Cut off, though, nicely by Bairstow. Maldonado still with the ball outside the 3-point line. Crowd getting into it. Aggies bring a double team, trying to force the ball out of his hands. Swings it cross court to Ducell. Attacks the rim. Missed it. Rebound. Stephen Ashworth. Aggies with the ball. Ryland Jones. Working to the middle of the court. Looked like he wanted to drive or step into a 3, and Horvath's back was to him. Justin Bean outside the 3-point line. Driving against Odom. Puts a shot off the glass. Yes, sir! Justin Bean! Down by 1, 65-64. Justin Bean's got 17 on the night and 13 rebounds. Odom with the ball, looking for Ike. Has positioning down low. No foul. Ball goes off his hands. No charge, no block. It's a turnover on Wyoming. Aggies with the ball. Stephen Ashworth. Aggies trying to take the lead on this possession. 65-64. $1:48 left in the game. Justin Bean, who just hit a big shot. Bean trying to cross over Odom. Puts the bucket up. Missed it. Rebound. Horvath's got it. Out to Ryland Jones. Ryland on the baseline. Ryland trying to drive against Ducell. Off the glass. Yes, and he's fouled. Holy smokes. Ryland Jones with the bucket. Aggies lead, and he's going to the line. Aggies on a 6-0 run.
Anyone but Maldonado, we said, and that sure has been the point the last 2 possessions. As Wyoming's missed and the Aggies have taken advantage.
Ryland Jones, here's the free throw. It is up, it is good, and the Aggies up by 2, 67-65.
Anyone but Maldonado.
Yep, here we go. Aggies with a 2-point lead, Wyoming with the ball. Maldonado crossing the timeline. Aggies on a 9-0 run. Swinging all the way over, wide open is Oden for 3, no good. EK with the offensive rebound. And a foul is going to go against Utah State on the rebound against EK. That's going to send him to the line.
Okay.
It'll be a 1-and-1 for EK. That's the 19th foul, and the crowd here is going to let him feel it. Graham EK, 6'9", 252-pound sophomore, 2 big free throws for him. Well, hopefully just one. It's a 1-and-1. EK stepping up to the line.
1-and-1.
Right into the student section. Here we go. Graham EK. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. Pressure free throw, and he knocked it down. It earns him 1 more. 1:15 left in the game.
I like Beans and Jones in a 2-man game here.
Yep. EK trying to get the free throw to tie this game. Second free throw is up. It's good.
Wow.
Props to that young man. Hit 2 really big free throws, and we are all square at 67 apiece.
I like Beans and Jones, a little 2-man game here. There we go, we got it. Nope.
Hands over to Ashworth, then to Bean. Bean up top, outside the three-point line. Bean tries to drive. Bean up, under, layup with the left hand. Missed it. EK with the rebound.
A little too much, maybe.
Yep, not a great look there by Justin Bean. All right, 53 seconds left in the game. Maldonado crossing the timeline, picked up by Bairstow. All
hands.
square. Can the Aggies get a stop? Double team, trying to throw the alley-oop. It's up and good. Oden had to come down and collect. Wyoming with a 2-point lead. Ryland Jones will call a timeout. The Aggies have given up 2 free throws and a bucket.
Full timeout.
69-67. Timeout on the court. We will take it. Aggies down by 2. 38 seconds left in this one. You're listening to Aggie basketball from Learfield. Wyoming leading by 2. Utah State's ball, 69-67. Bank of Utah and Utah State Athletics are teaming up this basketball season to donate to Hoops for Hope. Every point the Aggies score at home, Bank of Utah will donate $1 to Hoops for Hope. A check will be presented in the final home game on February 28th. Big thanks to Bank of Utah for supporting the Utah State Aggies.
All right, Scotty, here we go. We got a possession and a stop. Who do we go to right here? Like a little 2-man game with Bean and I'd like to see a little ball screen action with Bean and Jones.
Ashworth looking for Ryland Jones, who's been spectacular tonight. Ryland Jones works to the right side of the court. Being guarded there by Ducell, looking for Bean. Bean faces up on the baseline. Bean driving, right hand push shot. Yes, sir, Justin Bean gets it. Tie ball game, 69 apiece. Now defense has got to be great. Here we go. Wyoming, there's Wyoming calling the timeout. I was going to say they're going to let it go.
Hey, what do you think you're Aggies?
69 all. Utah State and Wyoming, 20 seconds left, but you do have Wyoming, who's been great in key moments with potentially the last shot.
Well, they got a couple guys to go to here, but I got to think that it'll go back to Maldonado and then look for EK on the lob. The lob last time I thought was for EK, and it ended up getting stolen, but I would look for Maldonado with about 8 seconds left. And, you know, he's not great at the top of the key. He's even better on the wing, so maybe they'll set up something on the wing. But Aggies need a big-time stop here and hope for extra minutes.
Yeah, Dorius is going to check in. I think that's going to be that's going to be a smart move.
Well, they were running Horvath on the double team to get the bottom on Maldonado. Out of his hands. So let's see if they go to someone else trying to. I think you got to run at him. You can't let him beat you at the end of the game. I mean, I just think you got to let someone else. And I know we say that, but I don't think it's a one-on-one guard with Sean Bairstow.
I don't think so. I don't. But this is an interesting stretch here. And does Wyoming, how soon do they try to get that first shot up? Do they really hold for a true last shot in this game? But either way, this is right now the Aggies just trying to hold on and hopefully get this game to overtime.
Yeah, I think one thing we've done too is we probably run to them a little too soon. we don't need to get the ball out of his hands when it's at the three-point line. As he initiates his drive, I think it would be a great time to run at him and just try to, there's a time he threw the one out of bounds that hit the referee and stayed in bounds. So, I mean, there's a chance there.
I will say this. You worry a little bit about this crew. They've had an itchy trigger finger.
We've had a few games in the Spectrum.
I know. All right, here we go, folks. Ducell will trigger the inbound on the far sideline. Looking for Maldonado. He gets it. Bairstow's on him. 15 seconds. All tied at 69 apiece. Maldonado with 10 seconds. Aggies are letting Maldonado run the clock. Gets it to Ike. Ike facing off against Dorius. Will take the shot off the glass. Got it. 3.3. And the Aggies will call timeout. Oh, Ike, man, what a play. They set it up for him the whole
high post
way.
ISO. High post ISO. They give him an isolation at the high post, and he turns and
So Utah State's been in this situation a couple times. Both times they've done a half-court pass to Bean, and then Bean quickly calls the timeout.
Well, yeah.
And then they set up a half-court opportunity.
We've done that twice. And, of course,
And it's worked both times in terms of advancing the ball. The Aggies haven't been able to get a good look in either time, but Aggies down 71-69. Graham Ike with 23 points. Maldonado with 21 points. These guys have just been spectacular.
I do with 3.3 seconds like the idea of keeping it in play and seeing if you can, because you can get 3 dribbles and a shot. You can get all the way to the three-point line, but obviously this is something they've worked on since the Colorado State game. And, I mean, he called it right away, and the players knew he was going to call it. So they've worked on it. Let's see what they have full court. Cowboys not going to pick up full court, which is interesting. So we've got a chance. We got 3 dribbles or maybe a pass and 2 dribbles, right? Everything takes a second.
Or that baseball pass to midcourt.
Yeah, if you can get Christian Leitner. Maybe we got Justin Bean at the free throw line on a little flash.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bean comes up to midcourt here. Here we go. Rylan Jones will be the one to trigger the inbound with 3.3 seconds left, and the Aggies down by 2. And they'll hand over to Rylan Jones. Rylan crossing the timeline. He'll take the shot. No good. Aggies lose.
Hamstring.
And Utah State suffers a devastating loss tonight at home to Wyoming, 71-69. Utah State falls to 1-3 in conference play, to 10-7 overall, and the rough stretch for this team in conference continues on. Difficult loss for Utah State.
Rough one. And unfortunately for the Cowboys, it looks like Ducell pulled a hamstring on that last play. He's having trouble even getting off the court. So
71-69, back and forth. Kind of had that same feel as Colorado State. But at the end, Utah State just can't get it done. This team is snake bit in close games down the stretch.
They're really having trouble with executing down the stretch. I think they'd like to have that second to last play back with Bean to tie the game, but that's the way it goes. And last second shots, we couldn't have gotten a better one right there.
Final in this one, 71-69. Utah State drops a heartbreaker by 2 to the Wyoming Cowboys. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.